Hello and welcome to Two Gals. Welcome to my garden. Last night we had quite a wind and rain event, and so I wanted to take a look around and see what damage was caused and try to mitigate what I can to fix things. So we're going to take a quick look around, see what's happened, and the second part of the video is hopefully how I fixed it. So these things happen. We've had some rough weather here in Vermont, zone 4B. And so let's take a look around. So this is the main entrance to the garden. Coming in here, and I see that all of my cilantro has been beaten down by the rain and the wind. So looks like I'm going to have to cut some of that out and tie it all up. It's all over the pathways. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Being a gardener, you have to just fix things and figure out what to do. Most things look pretty well. We've got tomatoes and lima beans right here, and flowers, and that's my oregano in the back that's just going nutso. That needs to be cut. My pepper bed looks pretty good. This is all my peppers. They withstood the wind and the rain. Marigolds love the water. That looks pretty good. Everything else is still standing. Those are carrot heads, carrot seeds that we're trying to save. Garlic's doing okay, but I'm getting concerned about all the moisture that we've had lately. So the back of the garden is the place where I'm most concerned. Walk back here real quick. Sunflower lane. And as you can see there in the background, that's borage that's all been taken down by the wind and the rain, heavy rain. Some of the sunflowers are coming down. Some are bent, some aren't. I just got tackled by a branch. Pole beans look pretty good. Bee balm. This is the part that looks like a disaster zone. Borage. In the back there are potatoes. All of those leaves are all down. You can see some of the sunflowers have been taken down. Need to be staked up or cut out or something. Not really happy about that. But we need to just fix things. Pole beans. This is bee balm that got out of control. Wait till it flowers and then I'll cut all that down. Tomatoes are doing fabulous, I must say. I'm really happy about the way that they're coming along. They're doing really well. And I took time yesterday before the storm to make sure they were all tied up and good to go. So they're pretty good. So we'll walk around the other side and see what damage, if I can get through. Again, the borage, which is absolutely beautiful and in bloom all over the garden, has all been taken down by the heaviness of the rain. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. Here we go. You can see some of the plants that have been taken down by the heavy rain. This is my black crim and Rutgers and other tomatoes. They did really well. Oh, there's a little bee. There's a little bee on the borage. I kept the borage here because the bees really love it and it brings a lot of pollinators in. So my asparagus, can't really hurt that, but that needs to be tied up. It's in the way. So making my way back to where the potatoes are. If I can get there, you see it's just a jungle. Absolute mess. All of this will need to be cleaned up, staked up. The potatoes should be in the very corner, but nope, they're in the middle of the aisle, so that'll need to be fixed. So that's what I'm dealing with today, this morning, as I come out after the storm. And I'm sure you all have had issues where you walk out to a jungle and things are all upside down. There, back there, you can see where sunflowers have been taken down. So we're gonna wrap this and then I'll come back after we've tried to fix things as best we can. So we're back in the garden. It's July 16th after the windstorm. 2 days later, I wanted to show you what I've done to take care of all of the plants that got knocked over by the heavy rain and the wind. Keeping my cilantro there, I tied it up as best I can. The bees love the cilantro and it smells good, and I really think it's keeping a lot of pests away. So I cut some of it down but tied it up. It's around my herbs. The herbs are loving the rain and the heat right now. So that's taken care of. Probably needs to be cut back pretty soon. More cilantro and the black-eyed peas over here. And some people have asked me about my metal beds on top of the wooden beds. And one of the reasons why I decided to do that was because I love all the flowers in the front. And last year what happened is all of these flowers got so big, and they're even starting to now, that they overtook the vegetables. So having this two-tiered approach, I could keep the vegetables a little bit more separated. Even though this needs a little trimming right now, it's doing a lot better than it did last year. Oregano. I pulled some of the peas finally. They stopped producing. We'll go back to the sunflower aisle because, excuse me, most of the sunflowers had been taken down by the wind. All of them got, the majority anyway, got stakes in them to hold them up. This is really pretty when all of them come to bloom in the later summer. It's like a wall of sunflowers, but they look a lot better now. You can see the borage. This was filled. All the big borage fell over here on the ground, and I had to, it had to go. They have hollow stems, so the water was just in there. They weren't real strong to stand up to the wind and the rain. So I tried to trim them and cut them as best I could to keep some there for the pollinators. And increase the airflow. So that's the good news. I was able to come and trim all this up. And going back to my potatoes, all of these potato leaves, these were all laying on the ground. Here's a bee in the borage. All of the potato leaves were laying way over here on the ground. So I put a couple bamboo poles to kind of scoot them up and hold them up so that they won't flop over that way. And that seems to be working pretty well for now. Still need to get in there and take care of slugs, but it's up. Hope I don't get stung. They're everywhere. Backside of my tomatoes. The tomatoes are doing really well. Black Krim, Rutgers. In the back there you can see the collards are still growing strong, but I'm going to cut them and free up that space. Bee balm is absolutely nuts, and it's starting to flower now. So we have a lot more bees, and the hummingbirds really like the bee balm. So I have things cut, tied up, starting to do some cleaning out for fall crops. Still haven't gotten my cucumbers in, but now that I have the some of the peas, it's been so chilly that the peas did really well. But I got them out yesterday, and we'll be able to start some cucumbers there. Hopefully we will avoid the cucumber beetle and squash vine borer, because I don't have any squash in yet, but we'll do them on the side. Garlic is still doing really well, just a little concerned with all the moisture. Usually they come out of the ground about the third week in July here for me. We'll see if we can't dry them out a little bit. But I have over 200 heads of garlic, some in this bed, and then some over here in this other bed. So those are doing well. But all in all, I was able to remediate some of the issues with the the wind able to save some plants. Oh, here's the carrots that we're saving so we can get some seed. Pollinators really like that too, and they're kind of pretty. Birdhouse gourds, more tomatoes. So things are starting to pop. Just have to fight the weather. And I'm really liking the way things are looking. I like to build things in the garden and make new different trellises and such. So I'll be thinking about that for some of the fall things. We'll put some more peas in. Beets down there in the corner are doing really well. They need to be thinned out again and pulled. I can harvest some now. So we're surviving here in Vermont, even though it's wet, a little bit of windy. And we'll start seeing some produce come out of this real soon. That's my first cattle panel arch. I'm so excited. And we're back to the peppers. So all's well. All is well. And I hope you have a good gardening day, and keep the faith, because things happen and you just have to figure out how to fix them. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.